unmute. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna put the mic here so you can just talk and it'll get you. We're gonna go live. This is how I start every Zoom.
I love it.
I'm like, okay.
We're getting our shirts.
Yes. I know, I'm so excited. Sharing a group. Beep. Beep. Oh my God, wait.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe.
Well, hold on. It cannot be Atrocity Girl.
Oh, we're not muted.
That is horseshit.
Right? That was amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I've had a few people reach out to me about this.
Sweet.
So glad.
You can scoot it closer. And you can even tilt it if you need to.
Okay. There you are. Can you see? Oops. Can you see?
A little tiny baby screen. You can tilt it too if you want. Just tilt it
There?
back up. No, lift it back up a little. And just like a poon here, more my way.
You're live.
I like bring it in a little
Oh,
tad.
this way?
No, like tilt the screen. And yep, that's good. Now move it this way. I'll, like, pivot it.
Pivot.
Pivot the other way.
Pivot.
Yes.
All right, cool. That works.
There you go.
Awesome.
You're live.
All right. How's it going, Facebook? My name is Johnny Angel from Atrocity Girl, and today I'm really excited because I'm going to show you guys how to create this DIY camera stabilizer. Just over the past just few months, I've really gotten into film, and I've been taking some online classes. And with that being said, I've been trying to find certain ways on how to make my camera a lot less shaky. So this was going to be a really good rig to be able to show you guys. It's definitely my beginner, and I've kind of upgraded since then. Like last night, I spent a few hours like designing my very custom made one. But today I'm going to show you guys a really basic rig that will work for basically any kind of camera that you have. But this one specifically I'd use for my DSLR. It's really easy. It's dirt cheap. You can make it out of PVC. I painted mine with just regular paint, red, and then I used like black like Gorilla Tape just so I can have some kind of grip, and it looks really cool because it's red and black. So the first things that you're going to need are some PVC. I've got some 4 6-inch pieces of PVC right here. So I got 4 of those. You're going to want to have 4 4-inch pieces. You're going to want to have 1 3 3/4 piece. And then you're going to want to have 1 1.5-inch piece of PVC to do all of this. It's really dirt cheap. You can find this like at irrigation stores. You could probably even find it at like Home Depot. You're going to want some PVC cutters. I would recommend these instead of a saw just because it makes them more accurate. You can probably get these for about $4 at Harbor Freight. You'll want some kind of measuring device because you'll want to make sure that all your PVC pieces are exactly the same. You'll want a screwdriver. Doesn't matter if it's Phillips or whatever you want to use. And then you'll want a drill with a 3/4-inch drill bit drive. Because a lot of DSLR camera little screw ends are going to be about they're going to be 1/4 inch, which is the universal size for them. So yeah, so basically I'm just going to kind of start. We're going to replicate this one. The first thing I'll want to do is take one of our 3/4 inch tees. Like everything I have here is 3/4 inch. It doesn't really matter what size you use. If you wanted to use 1/2 inch, you could. I just like the Schedule 40 3/4 inch because it's just tougher and it's stronger. And I don't know, I could just kind of like the size of it as far as like the grip and everything. So, so first things first, we're going to start our little base. The base is what we have like that we screw our camera onto. And we are going to take one of these little 3/4 inch plugs that I have. You can see I already kind of pre-drilled a hole in the middle of it, 3 to 1/4 inch. So I can stick my little, I have here my machine screw. It's going to be 1/4 inch as well. And I have a washer and I have 2/4 inch nuts. And I have this really cool little spring that I had got. Like you can find any of this stuff at Ace Hardware. It's dirt cheap. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and start from that. So I have my T, and also at the bottom, I went ahead and I pre-drilled a 3/4 inch hole right in the center of it, because you want it to line up perfectly with your little plug that you're going to stick right in the center. So first things first, you take your machine screw. You're going to want to fit it in at the bottom. So it's going to kind of stick up like that. And then you're going to take your little spring. We're going to want to pop that down like that because you want to have like a spring loaded type deal. So when you screw it in, it'll pull down your camera and keep it kind of tight and steady. And then I have a little washer here. So we're going to pop that in. We're going to take our little 1/4 inch nut, and then we're just going to screw that down. Just like that. Now, for some of you, you might like, it might help if you had, I think it's like a 5/8 socket set or socket that you can just kind of screw it in there. But for me, I'm just going to kind of, I don't know, do it by hand. Screw it in. And you don't really need to put a whole lot of tension on the spring once it starts to sort of tighten. You just want to make sure that you have some kind of, you know, bam. But yeah. And there you have it. So it's just kind of a nice steady little spring that sits there like that. Doesn't really move. It's spring loaded. Then we're going to take our little 3/4 inch plug, and we're going to want to place that on top, put it through the pre-drilled hole. Now, like depending on your camera, I only put this in about 5 threads down. Like if you just count the threads, like I've counted like 5 threads down, so it should be just enough to be able to screw it onto your camera without it being too long. Otherwise, if it's too long, it might swivel around too much. And with that being said, you'll probably want to use like PVC cement, or you can even use just like Gorilla Glue to just kind of glue it down that way. So yeah, that'll be your little base, and that's what we have, what you see right here. So that's where we mount the camera to. So we're going to go ahead and build everything from that little base right there. So you'll want to take your 1.5 inch piece, and we're going to want to put that in the front like that. Then we're going to want to take another T. So we're going to have a total of 6 of these 3/4 inch tees. And then we're just going to want to pop that on like that. Bam. See? And then we're going to want to take one of our 4 inch pieces, and we'll stick that on one side like that. On another side like that. Bam. And we're going to want to take another T. So it's going to kind of start making like a little leg. This will be the base that it sits on like that. Bam. It's like the building part. It, like when it's all built like this, it I don't know, it just kind of goes faster. It's kind of cool. Like that. Then we're going to want to take one of our 6 inch pieces. We're going to put them on both ends like that. And if you want to reinforce it, like I said, again, you can use like PVC cement. It usually sets really, really fast. Or if you're on a budget, you can just use, yeah, like, I don't know, some kind of Gorilla Glue or something.
Nikki says, what size is the screw again?
Oh, the size of the screw is going to be 1/4 inch by 20. So you'll want to get, it'll be a machine screw. And also you'll want to get the coarse thread, like, you'll want the coarse thread, not anything thinner than that, because most of your DSLRs are going to have a coarse thread on them. So we're going to have to take our 3 inch and 3/4. So I pre-cut a piece of that. That's going to go right there in the back, just like that. Bam. Then we're going to want to take another T, and we're going to want to stick that right there in the back. I've seen other ones of these be made. People use like elbows, but you don't always have to. I like it just because I like a flush, you know, I don't know. I just like to be a little bit more flush. And we're going to take a elbow. I think you're probably going to need only about 3 of these, by the way. I probably should have mentioned that. And we're going to put an elbow on each side of that. Another 6 inch piece right here at the end of the tail, like that. So kind of, it's already getting there. It's kind of cool. And then we're going to want to take another elbow. We're going to place it at the top. So now we just got to fill in the rest. And then we have those other 2 4 inch pieces. So they're each going to go right here in the front. Bam. Like that. And actually, I should probably stick the T on first because you'll want the little T. Bam, just like that. And then another 4 inch piece. Last but not least, you'll take your last 6 inch piece and then bam. Just like that. And it's really, yeah, it's about as simple as that. It's pretty cool design. It's really basic, like I said. You can always kind of, once you look at it, you can always sort of, you know, look at the design that you'll need specifically for your camera. I think there's all different kinds of cameras out there. So like I said, this is like the most basic design. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like you can paint it, you could decorate it. If you really, really want to get crafty with it, you can use like bicycle handles to put on the sides right here. So it just has like, it'll have more of a comfort grip. So yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like when it's done. So my final one right here. So when I have painted, and yeah. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let us know, guys. We'll have everything that you'll need to build this in the descriptions or like in the comments. And if you have any other further questions, go ahead and ask. Now, like I said, this was my basic design. I learned from a few mistakes that I had made making this, and I wound up redesigning it. So last night, I ended up designing my more updated one, which is the one that I just posted last night. This is really cool because I have the Canon, the Rebel T5i, and there was like a lot of issues with the first one that I realized that I was having because I was certainly using more, like I needed a camera, so I have my little camera. right here, I have another T and another one of those little plugs. And I also put another machine screw at the bottom of it. And so I'm just able to directly screw on my little camera and mount it perfectly. And you can easily just sort of screw it back off and put it back on. And yeah, it works pretty damn well. Also, one thing that I found with my other one is that I was having a hard time actually being able to take my finger to be able to use like the zoom or to take pictures or to like use my finger to sort of go through any of the settings and stuff with my thumb, because I didn't want to have to take my hand off of it. I wanted to like have enough clearance with my fingers right here, which was perfect. So I was able to measure that out really well. And this one's the side's a little bit longer because I like having the extra clearance, of course, for my little screen that I have to flip out right here, which conveniently, like my thumb can reach everything. So when I'm holding it, I can sort of, touch the screen with my thumb. And also another thing I added after the fact, which I thought was really cool, was at my work, like we sell these little tiny headlamps, these really bright little LED lamps. There we go. So yeah, I needed some kind of like flashlight, and I was able to take a little coupler, 3/4 inch, and I connected it onto a T. And then with that, I'm just kind of able to pop that on. Sorry. And then, yeah, have a little light to turn on and off, which is kind of cool. So yeah, that's that. It's pretty much a full blown rig. And it just makes it easy. Like you get really you just get less shakier shots. Like I said, I like the 3/4 inch just because it's tougher, and I don't know. I just thought it looked really cool. So this one, if you guys have any questions, or if anybody has a Canon Rebel, or even just any of like the little flip screens, yeah, I will probably be doing a tutorial on how to build this one, because this one might just be more specific to people who are really doing more filming. I don't necessarily do a whole lot of photography, but for filming, this is definitely solid. And yeah, so that's kind of it for the DIY. I'm going to be using this rig when we do our suffering skin video, so I'm super excited about that. And I have I have Will's husband that'll probably be helping me use it while we film. So yeah, that would be it. If you guys have any questions about the rig, again, we're going to leave everything that you'll need to build it in the comment section. We're probably going to be making the YouTube video and posting it on our Atrocity Girl YouTube page, so that if you need to go back and sort of watch me build it again, it'll be more in detail rather than just it being live. But
we can post the live on YouTube.
And we can also post the live on YouTube, I guess. So
do you want to talk about like the transition from your iPhone to like the first video to?
Oh, sure. So yeah, Angie was just asking me about when sort of the transition that I made from using my Android phone. And after I shot Fuck Yourself music video, I got really, really inspired. And then that's when I started really delving into filming and just how I can be able to sort of make things just look better, try to understand like pixels and movie sizes and lighting. And I was just getting more excited about it. And so yeah, it was a pretty quick transition, because like right after I made the video for Fuck Yourself, like let's just say like I completely fell in love, and all I did was really just immerse myself into the culture of film and studying. I've done a lot of studying, a lot of projects, some I'm not really proud of. And yeah, so it's still been a journey. Like I'm still working on it and I'm still learning. So if you guys have any questions, or if you have any helpful tips, or anything that maybe you guys can help me with, or if you have any other ideas for like one of these rigs, maybe something you can do better, yeah, just hit us up and let us know. But yeah, other than that, that's what we got for the camera. And also, there's like a lot of things that you can do as far as DIY, like even music videos, like when we shoot music videos. like I feel like we don't really always have to be super fancy because we're on a budget, so we try to use props and anything that we can sort of find anywhere, basically, I suppose. We also have like a 3/4 inch sheet of birch wood that I can't remember who it was who gave us the tip on putting a piece of plywood or board underneath the drum set when we're recording. I believe it was Brad.
Yeah.
Brad
Brad Yeager.
Yeah, Brad Yeager. I think that was your idea, which it was actually a fantastic idea. And that one's pretty easy. Like I wish I had a camera or something to take you upstairs, but it's really is just as simple as setting up your drum set. 3/4 inch usually works pretty well. Birchwood I use, it's just thicker. I mean, I don't know, it's good for sound.
This is, I think, one that we haven't done yet, but it's a good question. I think it says, Nikki says, so my band is attempting to shoot a music video. We just got a green screen. We are all new to this. So if you have any tips, ?
Oh, that's actually, that would be really cool. Maybe we can even do another video later on, because actually, I haven't really delved too much into using green screens. Like I myself am actually gonna probably want to ask our drummer, Angie, her husband actually uses green screens a lot. He actually has one upstairs just outside the Atrocity Girl room. So yeah, maybe we can sort of film something about that and about how to use green screens, because that's a really good question. I haven't gotten that far in film yet, so when I do, I definitely would like to make a video of that too. But yeah, I'd like to have Will included on that, so he can really maybe give some pointers and some tips on that.
Dressing clothing that can be covered up, not like big prints or anything.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions, again, just let us know. We'll give you everything that you'll need to make this. And also, just throwing this out there, if you guys just don't have access to the material, if you want like a custom design, like I can make these, I can certainly give my services. So with just a small fee and some shipping, I can definitely make one for you. You just have to let me know what kind of camera you have, and I can try to specify it to how you want it. So yeah, just let us know.
I have a question about the sound. How do you go about the like picture to sound, like putting the music?
That's a good question. I think that I'm delving into that. Angie was just asking how I attach like the sound to the picture. I'm still delving into that as well, because there's a few ways that you can go about it. Right now, I'm just doing music videos, and it's pretty easy because you already have the detached audio to be able to add. And it's just all about sort of lining up your audio to like the video. Like I said, if someone's saying the words or singing to the video, you just want to line it up perfectly to that. It's pretty easy. The software allows you to do that. So it didn't take too long to learn how to do that. But I'm definitely going to be delving into how to being able to create my own sounds. Sort of like how they do in movies. If you didn't know this, a lot of the times when they're filming movies, they don't always use the sound that's coming from the room. Like when you hear footsteps or leaves blowing, it's usually there's people that are behind the audio actually creating those noises, and they're adding it into the movie. So all these things are usually created.
Celeste.
Celeste. Yes, and Celeste actually just did, I think, a tutorial on how to being able to create sounds with even just using her voice or just using objects. So yeah.
Nikki said, just to go back a little further, Nikki said, one tip that we learned, she says, don't wear green shoes. I got dubbed Nikki No Toes.
That's, yes, if there's something I do know about screens, they call it green screen for a reason. Oh, that's a really, really good thought. Don't wear green shoes. But anyways, hi girls. Dog's just got in. But thank you guys again for joining us. We really, really appreciate it.
What software do you use for the music video?
Good question. Angie asked me what software I use. Right now, I purchased a few months ago Filmora. It's really easy to use, especially for just getting into film. Some people have started with like iMovie. It's very, very easy to use. But the girls are.
Sorry, I just said hi puppies is all.
Anyways, so
Yes,
Filmora,
that's-
that's usually what I use for editing and stuff. So until I start upgrading, we always have to start from somewhere. So being my little PVC rig, being my cheap like audio or video editing software. So yeah.
I would
That's it.
say you can already see the difference.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was gonna
yourself and
say-
your new release.
Yeah,
You've
there's
already
a-
grown exponentially since.
Yeah, there's a huge difference because I mean I shot Fuck Yourself with just my Android phone. And that was really before I kind of understood, I suppose, like angles, point of view, different types of shots that would work, even lighting, aperture, exposure, and all that stuff. Like I didn't understand what any of that meant until I started doing film class, and then I got my camera, so it's definitely been growing.
Yay!
Yeah.
But yeah.
Definitely do another one.
AG, do you girls have any other questions?
I don't think so. Everyone, I think that's in the
Awesome.
thread at this point that people are going to watch it later.
Oh yeah.
Can post to the thread as you're watching this, and we'll see it. We can answer that later on. But I think anyone who's watching now has said what they're going to say.
Perfect. But yeah, thank you
So-
guys so much for watching. Again, I'm Johnny Angel from Atrocity Girl, and this is AG DIY.
Bye-bye.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny.
Johnny.